Esme, it's so good to have you on the podcast.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Good. It's a pleasure. Should we get straight into it?
Yes, let's do it.
So, take us back to college days. Where did you go to college
days.
and how was it preparing to enter the industry?
So I trained at ArtsEd in 2018 till 2021. And my third year was in 2021, which obviously, if you
COVID.
remember,
Oh,
COVID times. So
dark times.
Yeah, so all my second year was pretty much
And was
online.
that all on Zoom?
All on Zoom. Well,
No way.
I think we had like 3 months in school, and then we were told we'd have 2 weeks off, and then obviously that turned into a year.
Yeah.
But so we still had a lot of like the COVID, the
Aftermath.
challenge of that, the aftermath.
Yeah.
So
And what about third year then? Was that still
Yeah.
very COVID-y?
still a little bit touch of COVID-y. So still very COVID-y. We managed to do our third year shows, which we're very lucky. There were some places that couldn't.
Yeah, that's good.
And I was very fortunate enough to still land an agent.
Yeah. And did you do an agent showcase then, or did you just do like an end of year show?
Well, what we did, which then they've done every year, is we had like a filmed showcase, almost like a show reel.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we did the 2 shows, and then so from that I was lucky enough to get an agent. So
How was your first year out of college, like leaving outside? How was it adapting to just being thrown into the industry and not being in that schedule of college?
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a shock to the system, because if you think about it, like I'd been in school and I'd had a schedule since I was 4.
Yeah.
Because you start primary school when you're 4.
Yeah, exactly.
All the way up until I was 21, everything was written out for me, like to the times of like when you'd go and have your lunch and things like that. So when I graduated, it was very much like, oh God, I've got to make my own schedule.
Yeah, and what do I do now?
And what do I do?
Yeah.
But also having the free will to just not do anything.
Yeah.
Which obviously is a good thing and a bad thing. So I made sure that I went and got a job, as in like making coffee. I was like a supervisor of a cafe.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a strange one, because obviously we were a big year. I think there was 52 of us in our year, and a lot of people went straight onto a job.
Right.
And a lot of my closest friends like went almost straight into a job, which is obviously amazing. And I was so happy for them, and obviously didn't want it any other way.
Yeah.
But
do you feel a bit left behind?
I did. I was like, I was so in the world, because I was going to their shows and I was like meeting all the amazing people, and it was like so close. Yet I was so far. Like I hadn't, I had my agent. I was auditioning, but just nothing was landing for me.
And that comparison is a killer, isn't it? Because especially 100%. In third year as well, around that time when people are getting agents, like some people do get agents, some people don't. And you can be a bit like, oh my God, why have I not got an agent? But it's just time, isn't it, really? And like the right thing coming at the right time.
100%. And like knowing that a lot of the time as well, especially because we just graduated into like the COVID era, at the end of COVID, it was very much agents had like a backlog of performers that were also out of work. So they couldn't afford to take on new people to then, when they already had clients that weren't in work.
And in terms of auditions and stuff as well, a lot of shows actually then turned to their previous casts
100%.
and said, we can't hold auditions, we can't hold a big group of people in an audition.
Yeah.
So they went back to the previous cast and was like, do you want to do it?
Yeah.
So and then the jobs were like less even.
Yeah, 100%. And that's when like there was a huge rise in like self-tapes.
Yes.
Which is still a thing. But yeah, so it was amazing, and it was great to live a life where it wasn't strenuous every day. Like that, I wasn't doing ballet at 8 a.m. Like
no one wants
to do that every morning. No one wants to be in pink ballet tights at 8 a.m. Thank you. But yeah, so it was nice to not have that. Yeah. But then also like I missed my friends and trying to schedule things. Like we didn't have this plan of we have to see each other 5 days a week. Yeah. So then you have to schedule that, and dance classes and singing lessons. They don't just come free in a schedule anymore. So
I mean, you have to be proactive and go and do it, and also pay for it as well.
It's expensive,
isn't it? Yeah. And what was that first year like in terms of like auditions and stuff? Talk us through how like your first lot of auditions were, for example,
Yeah.
and where it took you that year.
Yeah. So graduated 2021, and I was auditioning, and it got to like 2022, like sort of summertime, and it was coming up to like a year after graduating. And I was like, I've still not got a job.
Yeah.
I was like, what am I going to do? And I was auditioning, and I felt like I was doing everything right.
Yeah.
And I was doing my best, and I was getting auditions, but just wasn't landing anything. Nothing was sticking. And I thought, I've got to do something. I was like trying to keep proactive. That's when I first met you.
Yeah.
When was it? When did you say?
That was 2020. So August of 2022.
August
so that
of 22.
was probably, that's a year after you left college, wasn't it?
Year after I graduated.
And were you feeling like, were you getting through the rounds though? Were you getting into finals and stuff? Or
I did get into like a few finals.
Did you feel like you weren't getting in rooms for stuff as well? Was there stuff that was coming up and you were like, why am I not in for that?
Yeah, 100%. And I think, when you are a graduate, I do think that like, because you're fresh and you're new and you are literally like, you're the finished product there and then.
Yeah.
Well, the finished product, but obviously you leave drama school, you're probably going to be the strongest. Height of your fitness. Yeah, definitely for me. So I think as time went on, and there was that pressure of like, oh my god, I'm not a graduate anymore.
Yeah.
You've got the next flock of graduates. Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to get
pressure,
like
isn't it?
lost in the back sort of thing. So definitely did feel that pressure, but I was getting in rooms that I wanted to. Yeah, obviously it happens with everyone where there are rooms that you can't get in for because the amount of people.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was a tough year. It was a really tough year, and I knew that I just had to do something about it.
Yeah.
I had to keep proactive, keep going to dance classes, singing lessons, got my vocal reel done with you.
Yeah.
And that definitely helped as well, having fresh content on my spotlight.
Yeah.
And so that definitely helped sort of get me in a couple more rooms.
Yeah. And I remember that so well, your session. I always remember it. I had it pinned on my profile for so long.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, when you did model
behavior.
It was just so good. Like your acting through song, like was just amazing. Like you literally embodied the character, and it was honestly so good to watch.
I do remember, because obviously it's like I'd never really done anything like it. And obviously you're singing, but there's a camera and there's a mic.
So and different to what you're used to.
Yeah, I think we did that one a couple of times, and you were like, okay, now just like forget that the camera's there and just go for it. And then I did, and then we both watched it back, and we were like, yes, that one. Yeah.
It was so good.
Thank you.
I'll probably do a little clip of that.
Oh God, okay.
Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Okay, you're not there, but we need to talk. I'm at the studio, which sucks because I'm having trouble working, because the only thing I think about's this crazy situation with Molly.
Yeah. So then, obviously, let's talk about Mamma Mia, the TV show.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? And talk about that.
Well, so I mean, if we go back, so obviously August 2022, did my vocal session, was continued to audition, and then it got to the new year of 2023, and I still hadn't landed that job.
Yeah.
And it was coming up to 2 years out of the industry, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I was singing at concerts. I was like doing every single like grad fest that I could. I was singing at the Union, the Phoenix Arts Club. Like I was just doing anything and everything I could to get my name out there. And then I was in work one day, and my colleague was like, have you heard about this thing? They're like doing like a search for Sky and Sophie. And obviously I remember the Finding Nancy and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And I was like, oh my God, like I can't wait to watch. That'd be amazing. Can't wait to watch that. And they were like, oh, you should audition for Sophie. And I said, no. I said, no, there's no way. I said, I'm not Sophie.
No way.
No, I was like, I'm not Sophie. And they were like, oh, go on. Like, what is the worst that can happen?
What have you got to lose? Yeah,
what have you got to lose?
Yeah.
And when I tell you, it was honestly, I was like this close to giving up on the industry and going, do you know what? Maybe it's just not for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I will just open my own cafe and make coffee for the rest of my life. But she said, what's the worst that can happen? And I sent the vocal sessions we did.
Yeah.
I sent them off the night before the last entry.
Right.
It was literally closing at midnight. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll just send it in.
Yeah.
Just send it in. And then, a week after I was seen. So that was, I think it was end of March, beginning of April 2023.
Yeah.
Sent it off. And then got the email to say they wanted to see me.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is it, like last chance.
Did you think
genuinely?
Like, yeah.
I was like, this is it, last chance. Oh. I went in, and I was nothing but myself.
Yeah.
In that first round, and then when they were like, oh yeah, okay, if you just, it was like you had a first round in the day, and then they'd send you upstairs. And she was like, I'd like to send you upstairs. And I was like, really?
Right, okay. Was that for like the recall?
Yeah, for like the recall.
Yeah.
Because we ended up doing like 7 or 8 rounds.
Right.
Because there was like questionnaires about you and...
Yeah, because not only is it finding Sophie and Sky for the show.
Yeah.
They're making a TV show,
they're making a TV show.
They want the stories, they want the,
100%.
They want the personalities as well.
Exactly. Like, I was like, okay, surely they're going to need a northerner.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll be the northerner. But so we did that, and then 8 rounds later, and then I remember I made it to the final 50, and I was on holiday.
Yeah.
I was in Lisbon.
Right.
That was it. I was about to go to Lisbon, and they said, we want you for the final 50, and I called them, and I was like, look, I'm actually planning on going to Lisbon that day. And they were like, well, obviously we can't reschedule it, but like, you're in the final 50. Like, this is...
it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. So I went to the audition, had my passport in my backpack, nothing else. And I thought, if I get cut, because they were doing a cut in the afternoon, I said, if I get cut, I'm going to hop on this flight and I'm going to go to Lisbon.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, I kept going up to them. I was like, do you know what's going on? Like, do you know what's happening? And they were like, no. And I was like, okay, because I need to go to Gatwick.
Yeah.
If I don't make it through, I've got a flight to catch. And I ended up making it through, missing my flight. Got one for the next day anyway.
Okay.
So I still went
okay,
out.
good, yeah.
And then obviously made it through.
So you didn't miss your holiday?
So I didn't miss my holiday, still went to Lisbon.
Yeah.
And then called me when I was in Lisbon, said you're through to the final 20, then it was the final 19, and then so on.
So what point of that was TV?
They recorded the final 50.
Okay.
But it didn't really make it onto the TV.
Show.
But at that point I was like, I'm gonna be on the telly.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm gonna be on the telly. But yes, anyway, and then I was in work actually. I was just like making my coffee, and they'd said, we're going to tell you on this day. So I was the whole day I was so anxious,
looking at your phone,
looking at my phone. Obviously you're not allowed your phone out when you're working, but I had it like next to the coffee machine, so that every time I was gonna like do the grind, I was like checking my phone. And it was like around 5 o'clock and they still hadn't called, and I was by myself at this point, and I was like, I literally can't take it. Anyway, they called. I like hopped out into the back, and she was like, I said, hiya. I said, I'm working. I was like, I've got customers I need to serve. And she's like, I'll make it short and sweet. We want to take you to Greece. And
my God.
I remember the feeling.
You remember that feeling?
Oh my God. I think I went, really? I burst out crying, called my mum straight away. Bear in mind, there's people like in a queue waiting for a coffee. And I was like, hang on.
Yeah.
Called my mum. And then went back through, and I was just beaming. I went to the Sainsbury's, got a little mini Prosecco, sat in my room.
Well done.
Yeah.
That is the best feeling, isn't it? Getting that call for that first job.
It honestly, and it made the whole 2 years of not working
worth it.
So worth it.
Yeah.
Just for that moment.
And it just shows, doesn't it? It's just the timing. The right 100%. Thing will come at the right time.
100%.
100% believe in that.
And like, thank God I sent off.
Thank God you sent it off, and thank God you actually persevered.
Yeah.
And, like, getting to that 1.5 point when you're thinking,
what's the point?
Yeah. And you can get so down about it.
You can.
You could have just stopped.
Yeah.
And then your career wouldn't have gone where it's gone,
I know. It's a scary thought.
It's very scary.
It's a scary thought, but I'm so grateful.
And then how was it then, like, actually being on a TV show? Like, how was it different to being on stage, like, with the performances and things? Was it different?
Do you know what? There was still, they still had, like, an audience.
Okay.
And you hear people say this a lot about like reality TV and stuff. They say, oh, you forget the cameras are there, but genuinely that first day, every time there was a camera, I was like,
oh yeah.
Oh, I was
are they just following you around?
Yeah,
constantly following you around to get all like the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. So we had a guy that was doing all the behind the scenes, and then we had the cameras and stuff, and you'd have like your rehearsal time, and they had like a little room, kind of like this. They had a little hut that was kind of like
the green room. Kind of thing.
Kind of like the green room where you'd go in and you'd chat about everything. And at first it felt really weird, like chatting to a camera, and then as you kept doing it, like you just became so comfortable.
Yeah.
The one thing I was like, I just have to stay true to myself. I just have to show people who I am.
Yeah.
And then like nothing can go wrong.
Exactly.
And then the performances. It was strange. Obviously, we had like the stage, but then you looked to your left and you had like the hills of Corfu, the sea, the sun. I mean, don't get me wrong, the first 2 weeks were freezing.
Oh, was it?
That first episode, when we're all stood waiting to find out who is going home. No one went home on the first week, obviously. But we thought that we were.
Yeah.
And we're all literally like shivering. I think it was like 1 o'clock in the morning because we'd have like with lighting and we had to refill things.
Yeah.
So but then it did get obviously nice and hot. And then looking out and you saw Samantha Barks, Amber Riley, Alan Carr and Jessie Ware.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like singing Fernando with Leah, who had only met 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
So surreal.
But I just remember thinking like, I've come this far. Every time it was a new performance, I thought, I've come this far.
Yeah.
Just give it your all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was amazing. Like, when obviously we met back when we did.
Yeah.
And then when I saw that you were doing that, I was just like, oh my God, I'm so happy for you that you're doing that. It was amazing.
Thanks.
And then how was it like after the show? Like, what was next after the show?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was honestly like, just sort of, it felt a bit like a void. Because there was such a build up for it, because we filmed in Corfu. I was there for like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Then we came home and I had to wait for the live final. So
Yeah, so did you do the live final like
6
weeks
months
later?
after.
6 months?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And did you know you were in the final 2 at that point?
Yeah.
And was it just final 2?
Yeah. So and I couldn't tell anyone.
Oh my!
I couldn't tell anyone. I did tell my mum. I did tell my family.
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully I won't get in trouble for that one. But we had to wait a while. So then in that time as well, I was back to making coffee.
And then so you were back to the coffee,
back to
doing
the coffee.
coffees.
Yeah. And
How
teaching. And
funny is that? Like the highs and the lows of this industry is what
wild.
Is so wild. You do not get this really in any other industry, where 1 minute you're in Greece, TV cameras, Jessie Ware, like
Jessie Ware. I know, Alan Carr.
And then the next, it's just like, it's one extreme to the other, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated in those downtimes? Not necessarily downtimes, but the in-between job times.
It is, honestly, I think it's the hardest part of the industry.
Yeah.
Because you do go from these like extreme highs. Like I remember that Sunday that the final was, and still remains to be like one of the best days of my life. Obviously, and even though it didn't go my way, like it was still one of the best, singing live on ITV.
Unbelievable.
Never in my life did I think I'd do that. And then the next day, or the day after, I think I was literally back to making coffee, and I thought, oh my God, like, what's going on? Like, is this what I'm gonna do now?
It's humbling.
It is so humbling, but like, I also think that it's important that people know like the reality of the industry. Like, you do go from these extreme highs to then feeling like, sort of not knowing. It's the fear of the unknown. It's the fear of like not knowing what you're going to do next.
When is the next job coming?
Exactly.
And also financially, it's knowing when the next job's coming as well.
100%.
But you do a lot of stuff on TikTok, don't you, about...
Yeah.
You basically keep it real, and you show like the highs and the lows, because I think it's very easy to be posting the highlights and seeing everyone else's highlights.
100%. And like, like seeing like the job announcements and stuff, and like obviously you're so happy for everyone, but like, I don't know, like it could have been something like you were in the room for, and then you're like, oh, that's a shame, and then it can just knock your mood for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But I definitely think one thing I do to keep motivated is to just make sure that I've got something in my life that has nothing to do with performing, nothing to do with the industry, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Whether that is literally just I do love coffee.
Yeah.
I enjoy making it, but I enjoy going to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I'll always make sure that like, if I'm having a bit of a day, I'll go treat myself. I'll go and have a coffee, or I'll go get my nails done, or I'll do something that makes me happy. Or I think it's so important to go see friends.
Yeah.
Go and see the people in your life. Or if you've got a hobby. At the moment, I'm trying to figure out like what my little hobby is, and I think it could be paint by numbers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I think, do you know what I mean? Just something. Yeah. And then obviously, just keeping up with your craft, keep it creative, singing lessons.
Yeah.
Going in.
That's so important. Yeah, definitely.
Collaborating with other people who are in the industry that also aren't working.
Yeah.
If you've got a project you really want to do, or something you want to work on.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the time, when you do take a bit of a step back from the industry and you do what makes you happy, that's when everything starts to come. You start to attract things, and then you're not as you're not
in a place of like stress.
You're not stressed, and you're not putting an incredible amount of pressure on that one job.
Yeah.
Because the more you do that, you never know what's right for you. And if you're going in for something that you might not be right for, and you put every single ounce of energy and so much pressure on it, and then you don't get it, it's just going to crush you.
Yeah, it can be just emotionally draining.
Finding that balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, definitely.
Have you got like a way of thinking about auditions? Like when you go into an audition, like for me, when I used to do auditions, I would always try and like just do the audition, treat it like a class, have a good time, and then forget about it.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was the main thing that I always said, like, go in, have a good time, forget about it. Like, don't be checking your emails, like, my agent rang me,
Yeah.
What is that for you? Like, do you have a thing that you say about auditions, like how you should treat it?
I genuinely think it, and I'm not just saying it because you said it, but so similar to you.
Yeah.
Someone once said to me, and I can't remember who it was, but they said, the audition is the goal, or what was it? It was something like the audition's the goal, and once you've gone and you've done the audition, your job is done. Your job is to go and do the audition.
Yeah.
Anything past that is a bonus.
It's out of your control, actually.
It's completely out of your control. So yeah, I will go, I'll do the work, I'll be the character in that room, or I'll be the best version of that character I can be.
Yeah.
I will give, even if your voice is feeling rough that day, you just do the best that you can, and then when you leave that room, you forget about it.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to go home and go, oh God, I said this, or
they're
going to think I'm like this, they're going to think I sound like this when I don't because I'm ill, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You leave and you forget about it.
About
anything from there is a plus.
Is a bonus.
Then if you do get a recall, it's like, oh my God, amazing.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, very similar to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can just get into that, like, thinking about it all the time and, like, waiting for the phone call. Sometimes you don't even get a phone call.
Yeah, honestly, sometimes you don't even... I think I'm still on hold for a good couple of things from 2 years ago, we'll see.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. So let's lead us on to Heathers.
Yeah.
So tell us, how was that, like, getting into Heathers?
Heathers has always been a show that I've just loved.
Yeah.
I think it came out when I was 14 and I was in high school, and convinced my drama school teacher to let us do it. Even though we were far too young. Yeah.
So you'd already done like a school's version?
We did. I think we did like Candy Store, and I think we were all Heathers. We were all like different coloured. I think we had like a pink Heather, which low-key worked. So there's an idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I have always loved it. And I remember seeing on Instagram they'd announced they were doing a tour.
Right.
And I saw that it was going to Chester, and that's where I'm from. And I was like, oh, I have to do this.
Perfect.
And this was, I can't remember when it was, but I'd been out of the Mamma Mia world for 5 months.
Okay.
And again, it was one of those things where I thought, am I ever going to work again? Like, what do I do now? Maybe that was it. Maybe that was all I'm going to do in this industry. And I saw it was going to Chester. And then they did another post, and they said they were doing the West End. And at that point, I thought, right.
Yes.
There's no way I'm not going to do this job. I have to get in for this. And I fought with every ounce of my being to get a tape.
Yeah.
To just at least get a tape. I was like, at least if they see me and they don't like me, that's fine.
At least you've had the chance to show them what you can do.
Yeah. And then I did. I finally got a tape, and it was in for like the next day. And I think I was meant to be working. I called my work and said, I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
I've got something to do.
Yeah.
And then I just did the tape, and then the rest is history. And I think,
oh my gosh,
I'll just never forget the phone call.
Yeah,
it was my agent.
Again, the phone calls are the best, aren't they?
They are. They really are. And like anyone who's out there who's not got like anyone out there who's not landed that job yet, I promise you it is all worth it for that one phone call. And it will happen if you stick out in the industry long enough. It absolutely will happen. And all the lows are worth that. Worth that high.
That's such great advice.
Yeah.
How was it opening night? You're in the West End. You have got your back to the audience. The doors open. You turn around and you're literally on the West End as Heather Chandler. How was that moment?
Oh God, I think. Oh, do you know what? It was such a blur, but I do remember. Obviously, I'm stood there in my little Heather Chandler pose.
Yeah.
And the music. And like still get goosebumps now, and the doors opened, and I remember just thinking, don't fall, because you have to do like a bit of a quick sort of spin around, and like I had to try and keep a straight face. Obviously she's giving like moody, and I just everyone was cheering. I think this corner of my mouth, I was like, I had to try and keep it real. I had to really try hard.
Because how do you keep that emotion in? Because that's so buzzing out. You're just like, you've got to keep this character.
And honestly, I could have just cried there and then. I was so happy. I held it together the whole show. And then, when it was obviously the bells.
Yeah, how
and
was that?
You mentioned something before, when you look out to the audience and,
the fans of Heathers are devoted, aren't they? So I can imagine they would be at the press night. They would be at the open night.
They were.
They'd be going crazy.
They were, and they were so amazing, and like they really like welcomed us all in with like open arms, because it was. I always say this about Heathers, like it is their show. Like if I was to mess up, they would know.
Yeah.
They know the show better than me.
Yeah.
But just looking out into the audience and seeing like my friends and my family and everything, that was just
amazing.
Wild.
That is so nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
What a moment for you as well. After what we've talked about the highs and the lows, like being on the West End in Heathers, amazing. And then how long were you in town for? How long did the show run there?
Yeah, town was 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So we did, and that went so quick.
Yeah, I bet.
That flew by, and it was just as I started to like find my feet with it, and I was like getting into this routine that then was like, okay, now you're off on tour.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then tour was obviously very different.
Yeah.
In Soho Place, the stage was in like Traverse, which Heathers had never really done before.
Yeah.
Obviously, the other palace that was a little bit, but Soho Place, it was full on.
It's really round,
Traverse. Yeah. So then when we took it on tour, it was back to being sort of like flat. So we did a lot of
rehearsals.
A lot of rehearsals for that. But also something I did love about being on tour was like the different venues.
Yeah.
And like looking out into like a different auditorium, and like all the layouts were so different.
Keeping it fresh.
Yeah, and all the dressing rooms were so different, and like it was a new place every week, which obviously did get like a bit tiring, and like the traveling. We like at points we were like up in Aberdeen, like top of England. Then we were in like Portsmouth.
Oh my gosh.
So there were times like that, but
long drives.
Yeah, but it was amazing because then there's so many fans of the show all over the UK.
Yeah.
And all over the world even.
There was so I imagine the audiences every night are just amazing audiences.
Yeah, exactly. And it was always like the opening night of the new venue was always just like so amazing, because it was like you got to do that first night feeling every time. Yeah, every single time.
Yeah. And how long was that then, the tour part of the show?
The tour, I want to say it was like 4 to 5 months.
Yeah.
I think, it ended end of November.
Yeah, just gone. November just
gone.
Yeah,
November just gone. And it honestly is just a one big like blur.
Yeah.
Because
I bet it just went like that, didn't it?
It went so quick. It went so quick. But then also when I was in it, I do remember being like, God, I feel like I've been doing this show for so long.
Yeah.
But obviously Heather Chandler is such an amazing character, and she's so fun that you never got bored of her. There was always something new every show, and then you had like understudies on and like different people to like bounce off, and it was just it was just great. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
If they called you up tomorrow and was like, Heather's going back into town, do you want to do it?
Yeah.
You'd be straight there.
Literally no doubt in my mind.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's so nice to leave a show like that and have that memory and just have that fond memory of it.
I see. I feel like me and Heather Chandler have got unfinished business.
Yeah. Oh, watch this space, guys.
That is not a hint. It is not a hint.
Love it. So what are you up to now?
Now, so finished Heather's, end of November. And then sort of had Christmas like with all my family. I did jump straight back into work.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, the reality of the industry is you still have to pay your rent.
Yeah.
Still living in London. London is very expensive.
Yeah.
So I did go back to the hedge fund that I work at making coffee.
Yeah.
Went back to the stage school that I helped manage, and then also picked up another job. And then sort of since then it has just been sort of back to the grind.
Back to the grind.
It can, and what I talk about a lot on, or a little bit on my social media, is like, I don't feel like there's any other industry where you can go and you can be like at a certain level and you can do a job that is
a
like
massive success.
Yeah, and like, being a lead in the West End.
Yeah.
To then sort of starting from scratch.
Yeah.
And like there's no
nothing
sugar
else like it.
There is no sugarcoating it. Like, if I was working in an office, I'd go to this certain level. I don't work in an office, so I don't know the terms. But you go to like that level.
This sort of level, yeah.
You go to that level, and then you get a promotion, and you go to there, and then you get a promotion. And
your salary goes up every, they do annual reviews.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not the same, is it?
It's not the same. So so definitely just back to, the daily grind.
Yeah.
Doing things that keep me motivated, doing things mainly that will just make me happy and that will like bring me that bit of joy, keeping creative.
Yeah.
Doing things. This year I'm trying to just do things I've never really done.
Yeah, that's great.
The past 2 years have been sort of what's the word I'm looking for? I've been just so what's the word? When you're like in something? Conceived? No.
Like you consumed. Yeah. Conceived.
Yeah, so I feel like the past 2 years I was consumed by like the TV show and then Heathers.
Yeah.
That this year I am just like, you know what? Whatever is meant for me will not pass me by. Yes, I'm still gonna fight for stuff, and I'm still gonna, if there's something I really want to do, then I'm still gonna go for it. But I do feel like I'm at a point where I'm like, I just wanna take a bit of a backseat, let things come. If they're not meant to be, they're not meant to be. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's no reflection on me. It's no reflection on, how the audition went or blah blah blah. It might have something to do with that, but in my head, I'm just gonna let everything go.
Yeah, and that's really nice. It's like surrendering to it, isn't it?
That's it.
Surrendering to the universe, just letting it happen.
Yeah,
but also being proactive.
100%.
A good balance.
And just doing the things that are proactive, doing them for yourself.
Yes.
Rather than I have to do this because I want that job.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I want to go to this singing lesson because I want to work on this certain part of my voice, and I want to go to this kind of acting class, or I want to meet up with this person and do something collaborative with this person. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
love that.
Keeping yourself busy.
Yeah, keeping busy.
Being happy.
Keeping busy and being happy.
Yeah.
Love that. Should we do some quick fire questions?
Oh my god, yeah. Okay, let's do it.
I'm gonna grab my iPad for this.
Do it.
So, quick fire round.
I'm not good at giving quick answers.
All right. Okay. I feel like we should have like a timer on the clock. Like.
No, I can't.
No. All right. Dream role.
Jenna and Waitress.
Karaoke song.
It's quite obnoxious, but it is Never Enough from The Greatest Showman.
Love that, yes.
Especially if I've had 1 or 2 drinks.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Go to audition song.
Do you know what? I feel like it changes.
Does it?
I feel like
Have
it changes.
Have you not got one song guaranteed get you the job song?
One song that I will always whip out if I'm like, okay, this needs a bit of this. It's Yes by Mary Clayton. And I did do it.
Is that
with you? Yes, we're gonna.
Yeah.
And so I've been using that for like 4 years
that's
now.
In the rep.
That's in the rep.
That's in the rep. It's in the body.
Yeah, 100%.
Biggest inspiration. Who's your biggest inspiration?
Biggest inspiration has got to be Hannah Waddingham.
Love her.
Because she is this incredible, tall actress. She's so empowering, and that is just what I want to do. And also the roles she's played and the career she's had.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Love her.
Yeah.
First show you saw.
First show I saw was Les Mis on the West End.
Les Mis.
Yeah.
Nice one. Duet with anyone, dead or alive.
Oh.
That's tough.
That is a tough one. Could I have a pop star and a musical theatre star?
Yeah, let's do one of each.
One of each?
Yeah.
Okay, so musical theatre star, I am absolutely obsessed with Jessie Muller.
Yes.
Who was the original Jenna in Waitress on Broadway.
Yeah.
And her voice is just something, I remember hearing her voice and thinking, God, I don't think I've ever heard a voice like it. And then pop star, this is rogue, but like Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
Especially in her era now.
So that deep country rock vibe. She's so good.
Her singing Heart of Glass. Have you heard it?
Yes.
Like
she's so good. That would be a great collab.
Yeah.
I would see that.
Miley, hit me up.
Hit her up. Last one.
Okay.
Right, this is a good one.
Oh God.
Biggest audition fail.
Biggest audition. Oh, I do feel like I have quite a few.
Go on.
But one of the funniest ones, which I can't believe I did, was I turned up to an audition and I had to do like a little like ballroom scene.
Yeah.
Like literally that Bridgerton vibes.
Okay.
And I went into my bag and I'm normally really prepared for auditions, check through everything like 2 or 3 times. I get out my high heels, 2 left-footed shoes.
No.
One of which I didn't tell you, one of which was a tap shoe.
No. What, so you got a character shoe and a tap shoe?
A character shoe and a tap shoe, and obviously they were both
God.
they were both black, so I thought they were the same shoe. So
and they were both left.
And they were both left, and you best believe I put them on.
No.
And I did that dance call.
And you did it? You did a dance call with one tap shoe on?
With one tap shoe, a left foot on my right foot, and a left-footed character shoe.
And did you get the job?
No.
Always did you get through the dance call?
No. I didn't.
My God. Were people not like, why you've got one tap shoe on?
Yeah.
You must have been able to hear it. Like...
Well, you could, to be fair, it was in like a small studio, and it was just me and this one other guy. And before we went in, I said...
Did you come clean?
I just said, just don't mention anything.
Okay.
Just don't mention anything. Because if you don't address it...
Yeah.
No one addresses it.
Too lucky.
Yeah.
That is amazing. Well, I think that's all we've got time for. Oh. Thank you so much for coming on the Vocal Sessions podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
And best of luck with everything, and I can't wait to see you again soon.
Thank you for having me.